Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's See What Happens. I am the world's address, and you might notice that I am playing Factorio. If you've played Factorio, or if you watched my last Factorio that I did with my wife a few weeks ago, where we did Friday Night Factorio. We haven't played in a while. Life gets in the way sometimes. But I've decided to... there's the music. I've decided to do some playing on my own. So I'm going to see what all I can do in about 2 hours worth of videos, maybe more. That might be slightly too loud. There we go. Back. Resume. My voice sounds a little bit different today. A lot of that is, I think I'm coming down with something. So I'm a little less, and a little more kind of deep-voiced and tired sounding. A bit because I'm a little bit tired. So, in Factorio, if you've watched before, you know that you stranded on an alien planet and you're trying to make a factory base that will eventually launch a rocket to send supplies back to Earth. I've never actually got to the rocket launching phase, truth be told. And a lot of that is because I could never figure out trains. Trains are a lot, like, there's actual, like, I don't want to call it programming, but that's as close as I can get to it. Like, you have to program the stops. You have to program things to make sure that your train doesn't run into another one of your trains as it goes through a passage. So, first of all, we're kind of checking this out. I made a map that's actually really, really good. So there's rock, coal, copper, and iron. Is it not E? It's E, that's right. Okay. So we're going to set down our this guy here. And we're going to put coal in our number 1 position. And we're going to turn coal in... we're going to turn iron into iron plates. While that's going, we've actually got a decent amount of stone to begin with, so we could... yeah. Let's just make all of those. For right now. We'll make all of the stone furnaces. We'll make 50 of them. That's a lot. I'm going to try to not use very many blueprints, because I feel like I've relied too much on blueprints lately in my personal playing of Factorio. I feel like it doesn't stifle creativity by any stretch of the imagination. Using a blueprint is great when you understand what you're doing. Oh, also it's on peaceful. I didn't really want to deal with these guys at all. You can still kill them, and I probably will when I expand. But you can just walk right around them. Hi guys, excuse me. Thanks. I didn't really want to deal with the biters, so I put this particular save on peaceful. So, we're going to run through, kind of knock down all of these stones. They end up getting in the way. So my plan, here, let's go to the map. My plan is to build this direction. There's water here. There's also water here. I am probably going to pull... oh, and there's water there. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's better. That's better. So if I pull water from there, I could pull coal from this spot just to fuel my power. And then I can pull coal from here to fuel smelting. And my plan is to build up this way, because I noticed on the map preview that there's uranium about here, and there's oil right about here. So I'm going to build my smelting to go north, but I'm also going to, like, my factory is going to kind of sprawl on side to side as it goes north. That's the plan. Plans don't always work. just like in real life. Let's put the alt on so that I can see what's happening here. 40 iron plate. Let's make some more of those. So what I need is this to go here. And these to go here. Perfect. Because we need to make that. So I need to make something that will... Perfect. It's not infinite coal, but they feed each other. You make this little spiral, and this one gets some coal, and it feeds that one coal, that feeds that one coal, that feeds that one coal, and then they just feed each other as they drill. That's important. It's definitely worth doing first thing. Okay. Now, next we need to get a pump. To do that, we're going to want 3. Right about there. 2. Okay. We'll just come here and snag up all of that. There we go. Now that makes sure that everything's got a little bit. That'll keep moving along. For the amount of iron that I'm going to need, we'll do this. And this is just until we get automation going. Right now I'm crafting... This is not quite in-hand crafting, but it is definitely not automation. There. There. Okay. Let these guys go for a bit. Snag that plate. Come down here. Perfect. Make one of those. Make 4 of those. Make the rest of my stone furnaces. Because I'm going to need a lot of stone furnaces to build what I want. So basically, I'm going to take coal from here, come down a little bit, make sure that I can split it off into 2 different directions, because I'm going to need to split it kind of up and around this. I don't want to go through the rocks, because that gets rid of rock that you can use. So basically the coal is going to come down. Yeah, let's get a little closer here. The coal is going to get mined through here, come down, split this way to go up and around in this little area right here, and then also go down a little bit more and cut through this direction so that the copper can get smelted right here, and then the iron is going to come up probably from this, cut over, and get smelted over here. And then when the iron comes out, I'm going to split the iron output, the iron plate output into 2 different paths. One that'll continue to be iron plate to get used for science, and one that will go into a steel refinery place so that I can make steel plate, and then on and on and on. Like I've got a plan. I kind of came up with it a little bit willy-nilly when I first looked at the map, but it seems like it might work out. I don't know. We'll find out. I watch a lot of YouTubers play Factorio, And they always seem to have like these really well thought out and super good plans. And they're like, I'm going to build this and here's what I'm going to do. And I kind of drop in and look around and go, yeah, that might work. Okay, so I built 4 of those. I need more than that. All right, I need to focus on... Let's get another burner miner drill. In fact, let's get 3 more burner miner drills, and I should be okay. There. So what I'm going to do is turn this from... There we go. 4 to 6. It does the same thing. It just has more now. It'll get me more... It'll go from being able to get maximum 200 coal to 300 coal. There. Okay. Perfect. That's another one. All right. So let's go. Let's see how far away this actually is. This water that I found down here. Oh, good. Some more stone. So I just want to have one dedicated line of coal going to power. I don't want to split off my coal from... Here, let's do this. I don't want to split off my coal from up here. I'm going to take... And this is going to be a long line, and it's probably not the best way to do this. It's definitely not going to be the most efficient up front, but I'm going to take the coal from here. So, probably going to... Yeah, just like this. So my my power plant is going to come off and go up or down. I haven't decided. It doesn't really matter. Probably up. I think that'll be better. And then the power can go up from here. But coal is going to reach to about there. Power plant is going to come this way. That might actually be the best way to do it. Okay. So let's get in line with... First of all, let's put these things where they go. Oh, do I have... I do. I need to build an under and then a bunch of regular pipe. Here and here. Okay. So I think we ought to come from here. That's probably our best bet. And then you go as far as you can. Okay. Is that in line, roughly, with the coal? Yeah. I might have to come out and then kick it up a little. But yeah, it's roughly in line with the coal. In the beginning, you can just use a burner miner drill. And that works. No, not that. Did I not make any boilers? Oh, yeah, they're there. Could have swore I made boilers. Let me get that out of the way. There. So, we're going to... 1, 2... 1, 2. And then... There. That's a good start. Now I'm going to have to start really getting into making transport belts, conveyor belts. Now I didn't engineer this map too much. Like I messed with a few of the settings, but I didn't like paint it up or anything like that. I really kind of tweaked settings until I had something that I thought was going to work really well for me. Okay. I'll take all of that. 10, 15, 20, 30. We'll do that. Make 4 of those. Make the rest of those. Gonna need more burner miner drills as well. Crafting in hand takes a while. It takes the same amount of time. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not, whatever. But, it can be time-consuming when you're waiting for all of these things. They don't take long. This takes a half a second to make. This takes a half a second to make. It's the fact that this takes a half a second to make, and I need to make 100 of them. So, I mean, it takes less than a minute, but a minute is a long time when you're just sitting here looking at stuff. Alright, there's more boilers. Alright, that's more plate. And we should probably build a couple of inserters. A couple more miner drills. Just for fun. We'll put inserters here. The best part about using the burner inserters is, for coal at least, is that they'll just use the coal off the line. So you don't really have to worry about that. Get these trees out the way. Now, we're gonna do... How many do I have? I don't want to run out of... There. And now we just get a couple of pieces of coal. Now that will output coal, but also input its own coal. Okay. So that's a start. That's definitely not me finished with that area, but I'm going to come from right to left, because the right is my endpoint, and I want to go to the left to make sure that I'm not, I don't have to make any weird changes halfway through. I'm probably going to zoom out as much as humanly possible here. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get rid of all of these. We're going to zoom back down. And we're going to 3, 4. Let's see. Where are we coming from here? So, I think if we come up to there, if we pull it... Oh, not like that. I think that's pretty close. Zoom it out. That's within like one tile, so that's not so bad from just sort of guessing. If we got to make another little turn, we'll make another little turn. It won't be so bad. Get rid of some of these stones. Some of the larger stones, huge rocks, have coal in them, so it's a double, it's kind of a twofer. You get a bunch of rock, which you will need later, and you also get coal, which you will need now. In the beginning, you don't need as much copper as you do iron. Iron is the excuse me, it's your biggest need. Like, it's your most needed resource in the beginning. Sorry, I've got the hiccups and kind of the burps. It's real fun. All right. Let's continue our run. Oh, did I make it? Like... Nah, I am within 1. That's not bad, though. Okay. Oh, maybe it doesn't feed themselves. Oh, that's right. I do still have to have something feed them, don't I? Bummer. Well... This'll work until I have actual power. Once I have actual power, I'll build the, Oh. Cool. 14. That's not enough, but whatever. Once I have actual power, I'll be able to build, the electric miners. Because I'll run electric poles back through and hit those up. I'll be able to do electric miners. And their output's a lot better. They take up more space, but they take up the same amount of space as 4 burner mining drills, but I think they, you know, they're better. One of them outputs about the same as 4 burner miner drills, so. Oh, with 1 to spare. Perfect. Okay. There we go. So, coal is going to slowly make its way to here. We'll go ahead and make a bunch of power poles to run electricity back through. I'm going to get my power sorted first and then work on mining everything else. Once I've got my power supply up and running, that's a good start. So let's make sure... I'm going to make sure that I can max out the amount of power that I get, so I don't really have to worry about power again until, I don't know, solar power maybe? Oh, I've done a dumb. I did a dumb. Well, yeah, I did it real big dumb, too. I stopped thinking about what I was doing and kind of looked at what I was gonna do. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Space. Do I have enough for... Yeah. And there. And a burner miner, or a burner inserter. There we go. There we go. Does that work? Yes. And then we just run parallel the whole way. There we go. So that gets power to here. That's a start. We're not really doing anything with power yet, but we're about to. Run back up here. So, gonna have to build one of those, build 5 of those. There we go. Okay, we'll go ahead and make one more lab. 2 labs will be a good start. Definitely not going to have my research be down here the whole, down where all of everything is the whole time, but it's a good start. Labs we'll put there because I'm not going to have very many. 1. Do I have burner miner drills, or electric drills rather? Fantastic. Okay. So I need to start researching very, very soon so that I can, let's push T for technology, so that I can do logistics. Logistics is the one I need the most. So we'll have it up and running up there at the top. We're going to kind of kill this, because I think here, 2, 3, 1, 2. For now, what we'll do is this, that, here. That's something to begin with. It's not great, and I will come back and fix that. I don't like how spaghetti it looks. So I'll go back and fix that here in a little while. But for right now, I've got stuff being powered. We'll also do this. All right, run up here. I am going to have a really big open space. And I don't know what I'm going to do with, like, this whole area. Because this is a whole other stone. And so is that. That needs to go. All of these things need to go. All of these trees. Everything like that. Basically, I have to strip mine the place. Okay. 10, 15, 20, 50. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and use the excess drills that I've got to up the amount of plate that I'm producing right now. And I guess for now, there, I'll just make a big circle of these guys for right now. Just to help. Alright, so I'm making science in my pocket, which is not the quickest way to do it. I'm not going to use blueprints. Like, I'm not going to set down blueprints, but I am going to put... Like, I am going to continually look at blueprints to see... kind of how other people have done certain things, especially when it comes to science. Making science is a bit rough. Well, Making early science is easy. Like, if you look, early science is a copper plate and a iron gear wheel. So you need to feed iron plates into a machine that I don't even have yet. I haven't even learned how to make production machines yet, which is super great. You feed iron plates into a production machine that turns them into iron gears, and then you output the iron gears onto a conveyor belt that runs to an endpoint, which is a machine that takes the copper plate and the iron gears, puts them into that, and outputs science. So I'm going to figure out the easiest way to do that without putting down a blueprint. I will probably look at a blueprint to get sort of an idea, but I won't be physically placing a blueprint. And if you've never watched, if you've never watched any Factorio, I have all these blueprints. Like, here's how to make green and blue science. This is automated green and blue science. We'll pick it up and kind of look. It looks like this. You know, you've got your over on the left side, copper is making copper coil. Iron is making, like, you've got your two inputs. On the top left, you've got iron plate going in. On the bottom left, you've got copper plate going in. I can probably recreate this. Oh, who am I kidding? I may very well actually just use this blueprint. It's a good one, and it's totally worth using, and it'll be very helpful. And logistics is done. So, logistics is done. Let's go ahead and do automation. Oh, you know what? I've got science in my pocket. I don't want it in my pocket. I want to go ahead and put it in there. And you can see with two of them, so let's talk about automation or research for a second. It takes 10 seconds to use one red science, and you need to do that 10 times. So that's 100 seconds. Well, if you have 2 labs, then that's 50 seconds. If you have 3 labs, then it's 30 something seconds, 33 and a third, really, but, and on and on and on and on and on. So what eventually is going to happen is I'm going to have lab hamburgers, Lab Devil Angel 25. They've got names? When did that happen? That's cute. Is that a mod I'm running? That's possibly a mod. And now I want to start, I'm going to go ahead and start the research for making green science. There, that's all of the science that I made in Pocket gone. So, that's as good a place as any to stop for right now. We've got, I've done power, which is right here. You can't see it, but I've gotten power sort of going on, and I've got a couple of researchings done. I have the beginnings of some production, and I'll flesh that out next episode. But yeah, not a bad start for about a half hour. Could have been a little more whatever, but I've got a plan, and I'm trying to stick to it. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy day to drop in and see what I'm up to. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. And as always, I've been the World's Address. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.